Good afternoon. It is 1 p.m. Hey, Genesis with the resub. Thank you very much. Good afternoon. It is 1 p.m. January 15th, 2024. Martin Luther King Jr. Day here in the U.S. Let's get into tape time. Oh, the emotes are working. Hooray. Thank you to Mayor Rails for the 2-month resub with tape spend. That's a lot of tape spend. I'm glad to see that they work in the on-screen chat. I should probably make the alert for resubs. Show them as well. Hello, everyone. I just got back from the dentist and the post office. I did not realize that it is federal holiday Martin Luther King Jr. Day, but of course it is. So I could not get... There are 2 packages that were too big that I cannot get today. But I got Alien Box, I got ASL tape, I got Hunting Angola, I got... There was something else in there. I got several things. So thank you to the people that sent those in. They're going to be going up on the website soon. Aaron the Baron, thank you for subscribing. Yeah, it's Martin Luther King Jr. Day. We don't really have... I wish we had, like, some VHS tapes about the civil rights movement or civil rights history or the black experience in America, but we mostly have Donut Man. So maybe we'll rectify that at some point. Has anybody here seen my old friend Martin? Can you tell me where he's gone? He freed a lot of people. Yeah. Let's see, that was a resub from Aaron. Thank you, Aaron. Yeah, so joke's on me. I didn't realize it was Martin Luther King Day. If you're ever in Alabama, let me tell you. In Birmingham, we have the Birmingham Civil Rights Institute. It is well worth a visit. I've been there many, many times. It's right adjacent to the 16th Street Baptist Church, which was bombed in the 60s. Kind of one of the remarkable things about the approach kind of championed by Martin Luther King of nonviolent resistance that people don't often realize is how much violence that nonviolence resistance was met with. But those memories are alive in places in Birmingham. Birmingham was called Bommingham at the time. There was a neighborhood where a lot of people in the civil rights movement lived in the Smithfield area of Birmingham that got the nickname Dynamite Hill because the Klan liked to bomb people and blow up their houses and kill their children. Anyway, it's important to remember these things. The Birmingham Civil Rights Institute is a great place to visit. In Montgomery, Alabama, there's also Brian Stevenson's Equal Justice Initiative has a museum called the Legacy Museum that talks about the history of the slave trade and how that echoes into across American history and through today. Don't write off Alabama when it comes to important culture. I recommend those two museums if you're ever down south. What should we watch on the old VCR? Shifting gears. On this joyous Martin Luther King Day. Someone mentioned the Buffaloes in Discord. And I am feeling the Buffaloes. But I feel like there's something else we could start with. I wish we had more mountain gospel hymns. I could really use some mountain gospel hymns right now. You want more kid songs? Yeah. We do have a lot of kid songs. Wasn't there another, like, sing-alongy one? We ended on Eyewitness last time. What if we do... Okay. Sure. Let's do Kidsongs Ride the Roller Coaster. How does that sound? Or should we do a poll to see which Kidsongs tape people want to watch? Okay, let's hit random. Day at Old MacDonald's Farm. Cars, boats, trains, and planes, or ride the roller coaster. Roller coaster. Okay. More than one person has said roller coaster, so let's just do roller coaster. Kidsongs Ride the Roller Coaster. 25 minutes. 25. I like 25 minutes. That sounds good to me. Yeah, all your favorite roller coaster songs. I will go get that tape. I'll be right back. Kidsongs Ride the Roller Coaster. Excitement, thrills, music. Is this rewound? No. Love it. Damn kids don't even know how to rewind a tape. Excitement, thrills, music. They're all in store for the Kidsongs kids as they spend a day at an amusement park. See them take a spine-tingling ride on a roller coaster to the tune of Whole Lotta Shakin' Going On. Sing along with the Little Deuce Coupe as the kids collide in their bumper cars. A little energy boost and a musical treat come with fast food. And for a sparkling finale to a wonderful day, fireworks blaze while the orchestra plays the 1812 Overture, famous roller coaster song. Be sure to join in the fun with these other great songs from Ride the Roller Coaster, including Let's Twist Again, Here We Go Loop-de-Loo, Anything You Can Do, Splish Splash, A Pirate's Life, and We're Gonna Get Wet. You ready to get wet, people? There's the tape. It's rewound. Yeah. This is going to be great. Please enjoy the tonal whiplash of me talking about civil rights violence, followed by Kidsongs. Welcome to Golden VCR. And away we go with Ride the Roller Coaster. Oh, thank you, Z-Fan. It could be worse. It could always be worse. It could be chatter. Kidsongs Ride the Roller Coaster. In the good old U.S., yes, it is. It's Martin Luther King Jr. Day. Or in the state of Alabama, this is the duality of Alabama. I was just talking about our great civil rights museums. Also, technically, officially, Robert E. Lee's birthday.
Viewmaster Video,
so you can
leader in children's entertainment.
You can pick your observance based on
Warner Brothers Records, a pioneer
how
in the
racist
music
you are.
video industry, present a Together Again video production.
Yay!
Kidsongs.
Kidsongs. We love Kidsongs.
I want to ride a roller coaster. I want to go on Lori Rapids and get really wet. I want to play demolition derby on the bumper cars. I want to go on the Buccaneer pirate ship. I want to go on everything. Me too.
Come on, everybody. Clap your hands. Ah, you're looking good. I'm gonna sing a song. It won't take long. We're gonna do the twist, and it goes like this. Let's twist again.
This one does not have the song card either with the lyrics.
Yeah, let's twist.
Oh, this is not the twist I was expecting.
We did last year. Do you remember when things were really humming? Yeah, let's twist again. Twisting time is here. Round and around and up and down we go again. Baby, make me know you love me so. And then twist again like we did last summer. Come on, let's twist again like we did last year.
Look, there's Ninja.
Thank you, Kiwi Lee Scipio.
I want to go on that. You do?
We're process of elimination here.
Who's that smile?
I've been to Kings Island. I don't think this is Kings Island.
No! Is it a plane? No! Is it the twister? Yeah! Let's twist again. Like we did last summer. Come on, let's twist again. Like we did last year.
There, I see mountains.
Do you remember
Is this in California?
things were really humming?
Would this have been filmed in the LA area?
Come on, let's twist again. Twisting time is here. Round and around and up and down we go again. Baby,
Ah, yeah.
you know you love me so.
Six Flags. Was it always Six Flags Magic Mountain, or did Six Flags buy it at some point?
Like we did last summer. Let's twist again. Like we did last year. Come on, let's twist again. Twisting time is here.
It's one of the rides I worked on, Justice League Battle for Metropolis,
First.
is at Magic Mountain, as well as many other Six Flags parks.
Coming over, baby, whole lot of shaking going on. Yes, I said coming over, baby, baby, you can't go wrong. We ain't faking,
Got a whole lot of shaking going on.
well, I said coming over, baby, we
Got chicken in the barn.
yeah. Coming over, baby, we got a neat roller coaster. Yeah, we ain't faking.
The original lyrics are about chicken.
Let's shake, baby, shake. I said shake, baby.
They're doing a little bit of Kids Bop treatment,
Shake. I said shake, baby, shake. Come on over.
replacing the quaint 1950s sexual innuendos with roller coaster references. This was Kids Bop before Kids Bop.
Come on over, baby. We got a mean roller coaster. Yeah. Come on over, baby. We got a mean roller coaster. We ain't faking. Whole lot of shaking going on. Let's shake, baby, shake. I said shake, baby, shake. I said shake, baby, shake. I said shake,
riding a roller coaster. That's beautiful.
I challenge you to a demolition derby on the bumper cars. I accept.
You will be careful, won't you?
Of course.
Why can't the girls have a taste for destruction? Why do they have to do this gendered thing? Okay. I'm gonna see if I can tweak the ghosts while we're live, because I've been meaning to make the ghosts slightly less obtrusive. Little do scoop. Okay, that's what that song says. I thought it was doot scoop, and I always wonder what the hell that meant. Hey, Green Day. Doot scoop.
Thirsty.
Me too. Hey, look! It's the candy kitchen. Come on, we're in the kitchen of the candy store, the sweetest place I know. The caramel apples, the chocolate fudge, and peanut brittle to go. Oh yeah, looks like heaven to me.
These are some fun shots, like the close-up of the candy apple rolling through the nuts.
I'm a victim of circumstance. Fast food's got a hold
Although it is
and I don't stand a chance.
when you just zoom out your picture a little bit and you just see all these kids just parading around
I want a milkshake on the side.
candy, staring at it, dancing.
Everywhere.
It's a little strange.
There's nothing that we won't try. Oh yeah.
You know what? I would argue that there is no tape that needs more chatter. Some tapes need less chatter.
It's where I wanna be.
Most tapes have the correct amount of chatter.
Hold on. I'm a victim of circumstance. Fast food's got a hold on me, and I don't stand a chance.
Is this a real song?
Hot dogs coming from everywhere. There'll be mustard on my face.
Apparently this is an original Kidsongs song.
This is my favorite place. Oh yeah.
Oh boy.
Looks like heaven to me. Ooh-wee. It's where I wanna be.
That image has real Kidsongs vibes.
I'm a victim of circumstance. Fast food's got a hold on me, and I don't stand a chance. Fast food's got a hold on me, and I don't stand a chance.
Yeah, that song is like
Here we go.
an exploration of our national health crisis.
Here we go, loop-de-line. Here we go, loop-de-loo. All on a Saturday night. Here we go, way down
Okay. Let me I'm gonna redeploy my overlay graphics to update the ghosts. Hold your ghosts for a moment. We're doing it live.
Here we go up and down. Here we sit side by side. Here we go up
Okay,
and
let
down.
me see if that worked.
Oh, what a wonderful ride. Here we go loop-de-loop. Here we go loop-de-lie. Here we go loop-de-loop. All on a Saturday night.
It's clearly not a Saturday night.
All on a Saturday night.
Now, little ladies, us guys are gonna show you how to play skee-ball. You show us? Huh, you must be joking. I'm so good at this, I can teach you a few things. You're good, I'm great. Great, I bet I can beat you. You're on.
Spark Corgi, thank you for subscribing. Oh, it's this one. Okay.
Anything you can say, I can say softer. I can say anything softer than you. No, you can't. Yes, I
So
can.
soft.
No, you can't. Yes, I can. No, you
I'm
can't.
the softest.
Anything you can sing, I can sing sweeter. I can sing anything sweeter than you. No, you can't. Yes, I can. No, you can't. Yes, I can.
So, okay, hooray. I tweaked the ghosts a little bit. I was finding that when we got a lot of ghosts back to back. Oh no, Harambe. When we had a lot of ghosts in succession, you basically couldn't follow what was happening on the tape at all. So you still get the full shot of the ghost at the end, but that like build up is a little quicker.
No, you can't. Yes, I can. No, you can't. Yes, I can. No, you
And
can't. Yes, I can. Yes, I
you can see through the ghost a little better until it gets to that final thing.
Yes, I
I
can.
hope that's a good
Yes, I can.
compromise. I never played the Dead
Well, guys, I
Frog
guess
game.
it's time. Hey, let's go see the high diving show. Great idea. I thought of that. No, you didn't.
Let's-
Yes, I did. No, you didn't. Yes, I did.
We had like,
Yes, I
little
did.
carnivals when I
Yes,
was a
I
kid,
did.
but we didn't.
Yes, I did.
We didn't play the let's yeet these frog carcasses
Now listen,
game.
kids. I got a story I want to tell you.
Splish splash, I was taking a bath long about a Saturday night. Just relaxing in the tub, thinking everything was alright.
No, SeaWorld.
Well, I stepped out the tub, put my feet on the floor. I wrapped the towel around me and I opened the door. And then I splish splash, I jumped back in the bath. Well, how was I to know there was a party going? There was a splishing and a splashing.
Reeling with the feeling, moving and a grooving, rocking and a rolling.
Hey there! Big bang, I saw the whole gang.
Dancing on my living room rug. Flip flop, they were doing the bop. The teens had the dancing bug.
There was a lollipop with a piggy suit. The guy Miss Amara was even there too. Well, a splish splash, I forgot about the bath. I went and put my dancing shoes on. Yeah, I was a rolling and a strolling.
Yeah, apparently they did comedy diving in tandem with their dolphin mistreatment act.
Yes, I was splishing and splashing. Splishing and splashing. I was rolling and strolling. Rolling and strolling. I was moving and grooving. Moving and grooving. He was reeling with the feeling. Reeling with the feeling. Rolling and strolling, moving and grooving. Splish splash, splish splash. Rolling
Welcome, Runty. We are watching Kidsongs ride the roller coaster.
Ahoy, me mateys!
Listen up, you landlubbers. Follow my orders or you'll walk the plank. All aboard the Bountiful. It's time to set sail for the Emerald Sea.
Oh, pirate's life is life for me. I love to sail the deep blue sea. The whole Spanish main won't ever be the same. I'll be the best of the pirate kings. Oh, a jolly Roger is what I need. My crew will follow where I lead. We are rough, we are tough, and we really know our stuff. A pirate's life
So
is
much
life.
drawn on facial hair.
We're searching for a treasure chest, the gold and silver we like best. Doubloons everywhere, there's danger in the air. A pirate's life is the life for me. Oh, the plank is walked most every day. A pirate needs his time to play. We huff and we puff, whatever have enough. A pirate's life is a life for me. We're searching for a treasure chest, the gold and silver we like best. Doubloons everywhere, there's danger in the air. A pirate's life is a life for me. Oh, pirate's life is a life for me. I love to sail the deep blue sea. The whole Spanish main won't ever be the same. A pirate's life is a life for me. The whole Spanish main won't ever be the same. A pirate's life is a life for me.
I'm so glad my tape spin emote is working out. I am really proud of the OP too. Hopefully, I mean maybe not hopefully, but hopefully we will get to use the OP later.
Water, water, everywhere we're going.
The OP is inevitable.
Won't you come along on the river ride?
Don't fight the OP.
Everywhere we're
Just OP it.
Watch us get tossed by the tide. There's white water around the next bend. Getting soaked is so much fun. Oh, oh, water, water, everywhere we're gonna get wet.
Now, is this an original Kidsongs composition?
Rapids are so wet and wild.
Water, water everywhere, we're gonna get wet.
Hang on tight
Yes,
and don't let go.
it is an original number.
Get all the water you need.
How did I know?
Everywhere we're gonna get wet. Won't you come along on the river ride? Water, water, everywhere we're gonna get wet. Watch us get tossed by the tide. There's white water around the next bend. Getting soaked is so much fun. Oh, oh, water, water, everywhere
Speaking of Donut Man,
wet.
we don't have the Donut Man at the zoo tape. That is not in the collection. But still, I can't wait for Matthew to come comment on this VOD. Listen, Matthew can mail it in. We're gonna get hypothermia. Brandon will never get this Reese's cup, and Matthew will never get Donut Man at the zoo. God is my witness.
I'm starting to get tired. Me too. And it's getting dark. Oh, good. Let's go see the fireworks. Yeah!
Please tell me they wrote lyrics to this. пришел, царствуй на славу нам. The 1812 overture quotes Bože Sarya Chrani, or God Save the Tsar, the Russian imperial anthem. Apparently it was originally sung when performed in Tchaikovsky's day. Ride the Roller Coaster, starring the Kidsongs kids. It's a lot of kids. Music produced by Michael Lloyd. Accountant, assistant, associate, operator, video, assistant, audio, gaffer, best boy, key grip, electrician. Six Flags Magic Mountain in Valencia. Right. I mean, when I
Do you know why Kidsongs is the best kids home video series in the world? Because every tape is all about things kids love to do.
We've already seen this promo.
Like riding roller coasters, joining the circus, and flying planes.
Kids love to join the circus.
Kids don't fly planes. In Kidsongs they do.
So,
From Kidsongs, cars, boats, trains, and planes.
yeah, when I got when I picked up the original haul of like 100 tapes from the thrift store, that thrift store had a lot of Donut Man. I only got 4. I limited myself to 4 Donut Mans, but they probably have all the Donut Man tapes still sitting on the shelf over there.
Kidsongs, ride the roller coaster.
Anyway, this is Kidsongs. We watched it.
If you're happy and you know it.
Haley92 is the person who has blessed us with all these Kidsongs tapes. So, thank Haley for these. I hope you enjoyed this one. We got a lot of original. I don't think the cultural stereotype Kidsongs tapes had any original Kidsongs compositions because it was all like folk tunes from around the world. But this time we got introduced to "Oh my God, I'm addicted to fast food. I have a problem," and "Oh my God, there's so much water, we're gonna get wet." 2 beautiful original compositions by the Kidsongs choir. So that was fun. I think that was a good way to start us off. Kind of a little palate cleanse, get us in the golden VCR mood. Let's see what else we got. 69 viewers, nice. Let's see, let me look at my favorites. I had some pulled up. WC Fields, North Carolina. Wait, does this work? No. North Carolina is my home. We already watched Durango. We watched Van Gogh. We watched Things. An Evening with Lewis Grizzard. Ooh, we could do more NASA. Y'all want to do more NASA? Those are only 30 minutes. Okay, I am definitely removing chatter from my favorites list. The Buffaloes, I think we will do today. Yeah. Okay. So here's what I think I want to figure out. Cosmic Starl sent this one in. It's An Evening with Lewis Grizzard, a humorist, author, and nationally syndicated columnist with like folksy Southern humor. I don't know how long this. Oh, it's 1 hour. 1 hour comedy concert. A hilarious debut with one of America's hottest humorists. So we could watch An Evening with Louis Grizzard as our 1 hour, as one 60-minute option, or we could watch North Carolina is My Home. This delightful video scrapbook brims with colorful images, music, and musings on the state's people, places, and proud heritage. So what I'm thinking is NASA, either Grizzard or North Carolina, buffaloes. So should we do a quick poll to see what people are feeling between Grizzard and North Carolina? Long tape, Grizzard, North Cackalack. Oh, a poll is already active. Thank you. Oh, it's fine. You know what? That works. That works. I think... Oh no, Bella, there seems to be some confusion in the democratic process sometimes in some of these polls. But that's kind of the spirit. I think we were going to watch NASA anyway, so let's watch NASA. And then we'll see where we land. That is, let's see. Tapes. NASA. Today we will be learning about the voyage of Friendship 7, John Glenn's historical flight, first American to orbit the Earth. From the NASA 25 Years box set of low-budget reproductions of original NASA films from the 60s. No, Bella, you're a great poll worker. BRB with NASA. Will there be lobbying? At some point, I'm not entirely opposed to the idea of allowing people to give me money to juice their votes, but I have not bothered with that at this point because I think there are less scummy feeling ways of incentivizing interactions. Let's see what's up with NASA, the Voyage of Friendship 7. Boom. We are starting right where we left off last time. I hope this one isn't narrated in the same style. You are John Glenn. You remember growing up.
Cape Canaveral, Florida. A captain aboard a new kind of ship about to sail on a new kind of ocean, the vast, infinite ocean of space.
Friendship 7 was a 5-hour flight by John Glenn in a Mercury Atlas spacecraft. February 20th, 1962. Howdy, Joshy D.
Space. Airless.
How you doing
endless,
today?
Alien to man.
We just started this
But
NASA
man
tape.
is going there. January 27, 1962. In a little while, if all goes well, astronaut John Glenn will be rocketed aloft, borne into space on the shoulders of a 20th century Atlas, number 109D. At the base of the giant rocket, and 85 feet above in the green room atop the gantry, engineers and technicians have been busy throughout the night, and for many days, and nights, and weeks, and months before. It began the day America decided to put a man into space, created Project Mercury to get him there and safely back. Project Mercury, America's all ahead, all at once, initial step in manned space exploration. October 1958.
1962
Project Mercury went to work.
Ghost.
Assembled a team of scientists, engineers, and technicians to manage America's manned spaceflight programs, to select and train the men who would be the free world's first space pilots, the 7 Mercury astronauts. American industry went to work too. In January 1959, McDonnell Aircraft was chosen to produce the Mercury spacecraft. To lift it into orbit, Project Mercury selected the Atlas rocket. The task of modifying Atlas from a military missile to a man-rated orbital launch vehicle was assigned to General Dynamics Astronautics.
Should it be the logo type of Dan or the
Mercury
dudes
contractors
shaping
and
their bodies
subcontractors?
into the shape
To
of
all
Dan?
America, human life is priceless. Nothing was left to chance. All systems, each tiny component of each subsystem, every switch, every valve, would have to function perfectly, would have to be the very best that American scientific and engineering know-how could produce before the Mercury Atlas could be man-rated, before it could carry an American astronaut safely into space.
I'll rate your man.
Safety, a Project Mercury byword from the beginning. The life of a human being would be at stake. A positive escape mechanism, an escape rocket. Systems to sustain life in space where there is no life. To provide oxygen where there is no oxygen. Pressure where there is no pressure. And backup systems in case of trouble.
We did a pretty good job of not
Power for the spacecraft
killing
with 7
astronauts,
miles of
except for
electrical circuits.
the ones that crashed
Power
their
for
planes into the
radio
roof
and
of
for
a building
telemetry.
and the ones that died in that fire.
Power for the in-flight control systems, both automatic and manual.
I guess Apollo 1 has not yet happened in this.
Power to fire the reverse
Oh yeah, and then
rockets
later
that slow
in
the spacecraft
Challenger
and bring
and
it back
Columbia.
from orbit.
One of the NASA tapes in this set is an hour-long documentary about the Challenger disaster and the
A shield
aftermath.
against the blazing heat of re-entry friction.
Lick them chops, John.
Astronaut, a new word for a new and demanding profession. Rigorous, intensive training in new and strange devices. High acceleration and re-entry G loads in the human centrifuge. Then, the opposite of G loads, no Gs at all, or weightlessness. Training and manual control of the spacecraft. Practice roll, pitch, and yaw maneuvers. Survival training. Every conceivable situation, both normal and emergency, was covered. Astronautics, a new science. There were classes for the astronauts in astronomy, meteorology, geophysics, rocketry, astrophysics, celestial navigation, and there was plenty of homework. There was other work, too. The astronauts participated as engineers in every aspect of the program. Each had a special area of responsibility in the development of Project Mercury. There were dozens of flight tests. tests that confirmed the operation of spacecraft and booster systems in actual flight. And when there were difficulties, no one tried to hide them.
Hell yeah. Unlike those dang old Soviets.
Then, when the tests indicated that everything was ready, man was added. May 5, 1961. Astronaut Alan B. Shepard became the free world's first space pilot.
All right, lift off and the clock
Clock
is
had
started.
indeed started. Free man was on his way into space.
Free man.
With Redstone-powered ballistic flights downrange. Shepard in Freedom 7. And on July 25, 1961,
This was, yeah,
astronaut
the height of the
Virgil
Cold War, I
Gus
guess.
Grissom in Liberty Bell 7.
Probably none of this would have happened if it hadn't been the height of the Cold War.
These Redstone
So really,
flights
nuclear
paved the way for
proliferation
the Atlas-boosted
is a good
orbital
thing.
missions.
Right?
November 29, 1961. Mercury Atlas flight test number 5.
Or wait,
A
maybe not.
chimpanzee named Enos. Was orbited, tracked, and recovered unharmed.
This
confirming
is...
that the Mercury spacecraft could
Oh.
sustain life in orbit.
This
1 hour
was...
after Enos was recovered, Project Mercury
There's two
named
30-minute
astronaut
segments
John
on this
Glenn
tape, and we already
pilot
watched the first one,
America's
so it was just stopped where we left
manned
off.
orbital
So it was not fully rewound, but we didn't want it to be
Preparation had already
rewound.
begun.
It was right where
Lengthy,
we needed it to be.
Detailed checkouts of the spacecraft system.
So we're going to have to check with the judges on that
Tests of
one.
The electrical circuits. Tests and retests of the control system. The life support system. Pressure, oxygen, cooling.
Yeah, it is rigged. There is no right answer.
Outside on launch pad number 14,
We didn't have to rewind ourselves. We were at the desired point in the
was
tape.
raised into position. Launch time drew near. The spacecraft was gently placed atop the rocket. This would be a mission of science, a mission of peace. The name of the spacecraft, Friendship 7.
It's fine. If you lost points and you feel cheated, I will help you cheat next time to get your points
It was
back.
January 27, 1962, and the countdown for Mercury Atlas flight number 6, with John Glenn at the controls, was underway. But the weather was marginal. While the world watched and listened, Mercury's operation team made the difficult decision. The flight would not go today because of weather. Five hours in the Mercury spacecraft, and it was still
Weather of the faintest degree.
there'd be another day. And there was. February 20, 1962. A day free men will never forget.
Am I a free
2:45
man?
a.m. The countdown was underway again.
I guess I'm a
A
free
feeling
man.
of go was in the air. "3 a.m. Mercury doctors agreed the astronaut was go. Medical sensors, tiny devices to constantly monitor John Glenn's physical condition, were carefully attached. 4:30 a.m. The count was T-minus 120 minutes and holding. John Glenn wriggled into his snug-fitting spacesuit. 5:01 a.m. The trip to the launch pad.
Yeah, are we still Alan Shepard? You, meanwhile, are Alan Shepard. You are sitting around watching your friend John Glenn go into space thinking, ah, shit, that should have been me.
A.m., the long elevator ride up to the 11th deck of the gantry, where Friendship 7 waited.
Crawl into the tiny space hole. I'm an astronaut, and this is my favorite shop. And this is my your favorite shop.
A.m. The count was resumed.
Yeah, the Mercury missions were weird because they
beaches,
were all named something 7.
And from the press site, a mile and a half from the launch pad, hundreds of newsmen,
there were 7 Mercury
radio,
astronauts.
Television representatives broadcasted every drama-packed moment.
And the missions were
the people of America,
Freedom 7, Liberty Bell 7, Friendship 7, Aurora 7, Sigma 7, and Faith 7.
A broken hatch bolt was repaired, and the astronaut was sealed inside the spacecraft. Alone.
But they were technically designated.
But alone only physically.
They were designated Mercury Redstone 3, Mercury Redstone 4, etc.
The gantry was rolled back, leaving Mercury Atlas.
But Freedom 7 and Friendship 7 and so on were the call signs of the spacecraft.
Downrange, the ships and aircraft of the recovery forces were ready.
This is so dramatic.
8:58 a.m. A hold was ordered while a broken valve in the liquid oxygen fueling system was repaired. In the Mercury Control Center, the minutes ticked away. 9:23 a.m. The count was picked up.
This is a short 30-minute documentary film produced by NASA
green.
In like 1962 or thereafter.
5, side cone 8, and give status and green light on request.
It is kind of easy to, I don't know.
Go. Sequence. Go. Electrical.
In hindsight, when you kind of forget how groundbreaking and amazing it was that we were flying in space. It's just kind of boring. It's like, yeah, the weather was bad, and then they had to check this part.
T-minus 30 seconds and counting.
And then, yeah, they did the thing that you heard about 1,000 times in school.
You have firing signal.
But it was significant that we,
Godspeed, John Glenn. 10.
Put a human in orbit and brought them back
7.
alive.
6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0.
Did he count 2 3s?
Roger, the clock is operating. We're underway. You're loud and clear. Roger, we're programming it roll okay.
I really liked this part of the last
A little
one,
bumpy along about here.
the Alan Shepard documentary.
Loud and clear. Roger, coming into IQ a little bit. That little contrail went by the window or something there.
I'm glad they're doing it the same way here, where they kind of shut up with the narration and the music and they just let the mission audio play.
101, oxygen 78 to 101, amps 24, still okay. We're smoothing out some now, getting out of the vibration area. Roger, you're through Max Q. Flight path is... Roger, feels good through Max Q and smoothing out real fine. Cabin pressure coming down by 7. Okay, flight very smooth now. Sky looking very dark outside. Cabin pressure is holding at 6-1. Okay. Roger, cabin pressure holding at 6-1. Coming up on 2 minutes. And fuel is 102, 101, oxygen 78, 102. He's are building to 6. Roger, reading you loud and clear. Flight path looks good. Pitch 25, stand by for start. Roger,
Squish
bingo.
tape.
Back to 1 1/4, the tower fired. Could not see the tower go. I saw the smoke go by the window. Yeah, we confirm staging on TM. Roger.
Or you can only modify the
Still have about 1.5
non-animated
Gs.
emotes.
Programming over. There the tower went right then. Have the tower in sight way out. Could see the tower go. Jettison tower is green. Roger. 1.5 Gs. Flight path looks good. Steering is good. Roger. Understand everything looks good. He's starting to build again a little bit.
I do like deal with it tape. The placement of the sunglasses is choice.
Friendship 7, Bermuda has you. Roger, Bermuda, stand by. This is Friendship 7, fuel 103, 101, oxygen 78, 100. All voltages above 25, amps 26. All Roger, reading you loud and clear, 7. Cape is go. We're standing by for you. Roger, Cape is go and I am go. Our capsule is in good shape. Seco. Lots of grades fired. Okay. I just asked. Roger, 0G, and I feel fine. Capsule is turning around. Oh, that view is tremendous. Roger, turnaround has started. Roger, capsule turning around, and I could see the booster during turnaround just a couple of 100 yards behind me. It was beautiful. Roger, 7. You have a go. At least 7 orbits. Roger, understand go for at least 7 orbits.
Astronaut John Glenn is in orbit, 100 miles above the Atlantic. 17,545 miles an hour, 5 miles a second. 22 minutes after liftoff, lunchtime in space, over Kano, Nigeria. Across the emerging nations of Africa. Then Zanzibar. And out over the vast Indian Ocean into a sunset scene from space. 53 minutes after liftoff, Mouchet, Australia.
Ah, this old analog display screens.
Roger, how you doing, Gordo? We're doing real fine up here. Everything is going very well. Over. Any symptoms of vertigo or nausea at all? Over. Negative. No symptoms whatsoever. I feel fine. Over. So, just to my right, I can see a big pattern of lights, apparently right on the coast. I can see the outline of a town and a very bright light just to the south of it. On down. And Rockingham, you're saying there. Roger, the lights show up very well, and thank everybody for turning them on, will you? Sure will, John.
The world had turned its lights and its heart on. Across the dark Pacific and into the sunrise off the California coast.
And just as I looked back up out the window, I had literally thousands of small luminous particles swirling around the capsule and going away from
It
me
was
at
aliens.
3 to 5 miles per hour.
Across the United States in 8 minutes. White Sands, New Mexico, Corpus Christi, Texas, Eglin, Florida, Cape Canaveral. The flight continues. Orbit number 2, around the world in 88 minutes.
Okay, my live changes to the ghost alerts work, so I'm going to commit those real quick. That's not a bad idea, Troll. Man, you think I'm going to pay an additional $6 a month for a dev instance of all of this? Hell no. There's no staging environment.
Go for the next orbit.
Roger, understand. At present time, ground concurs.
In Mercury control, a decision.
I think it's. I think you should always have your software built in a way that it's easy to run and test, like fully as it is in production on your own machine.
Good afternoon, 7. Reading you loud and clear.
That's no substitute for like proper deployment workflows and staging environments and so on in a real world thing. But like, that was a huge source of frustration for me in my last job. I spent all of this time like getting everything working. When I first started, I was like getting everything working in Minikube, which is like Kubernetes locally on your machine,
The recovery forces are
and
ready.
making sure that everything could run locally. And then in the second half of my time at that job, everybody was just like, nah, we don't need to run locally. We're cloud native.
John Glenn in 14 minutes. For the third time, the Mercury tracking network receives complete data from the spacecraft. Data which is instantly transmitted to the Goddard Space Flight Center near Washington. Fed into the computers for reduction.
The like senior engineer had this attitude of like, you should write unit tests for everything, and if your unit test passed, that's all you need to do. Just deploy it.
At Cape Canaveral,
Maybe there's some wisdom in that, but it was hard to swallow. Just like letting all of our
1:43 a.m.
our local workflows
No one is
decay and fall into the ocean.
This is Friendship 7. In 45 more seconds, I'd like to have you send a message for me, please. Over. I want you to send a message to the director or to the commandant, U.S. Marine Corps in Washington. Tell him I have my 4 hours required flight time in for the month, and request flight jet be established for me. Over.
For the third time, John Glenn sees the sun rise out of the trackless Pacific.
Yeah,
Then
there's.
it is time to fire the retro rockets that will slow the spacecraft and.
I've mentioned it before, but all of the code that runs GoldenVCR.com and like all of this backend is public on GitHub, and all of that is documented. Like the precise steps for setting everything up locally and like the whole configuration of the backend server is entirely scripted so that it's reproducible and there's no manual setup involved. Everything that you need to do to like dump out all the environment variables into a config file to run locally, all of that's documented and kept up to date in tandem with the code. And I'm the only one who will ever see or use it, but it's still worth it to make sure it's well documented.
Can you give him that message, please, Glenn? Roger, we can do. We're not sure whether or not your landing bag is deployed. We feel it's far closer to re-enter with the retro.
What?
We see no difficulty.
Come again? Come again, John?
Roger.
We got 4 or 5 minutes left on
the spacecraft arcs down over the United States.
NASA 25 years, the Voyage of Friendship 7.
This is Friendship 7, a real fireball outside. Okay, Friendship 7, do you receive? Over.
So John Glenn is currently in orbit, chilling.
Okay, we're through the peak G now. 7, this is Cape. What's your general condition?
I think they're doing the deorbit burn. I wasn't paying attention.
That was a real fireball, boy. I had great chunks of that retro pack breaking off all the way through. 7, this is Cape. As you in, you will be within 1 mile of the uprange destroyer. Recovery weather is very going good, over. Roger, understand. Friendship 7, going to drogue early. It's a...
Yep, that's re-entry.
Drogue came out. Drogue is out. Roger, drogue came out at 30,000 in about a 90-degree yaw. Roger, is the drogue holding on? Roger, drogue looks good. Roger, re-entry checklist.
So they're in orbit. They're in orbit. They spin the spacecraft and do a rocket burn to skim it down into the atmosphere with the heat shield pointed just right so that it doesn't burn up. And then it enters free fall and they deploy a drogue parachute.
Main chute is on green. Chute is out.
And it splashes down in the ocean.
10,800 feet in. Beautiful chute. Chute looks good. On O2 emergency, and the chute looks very good. The rate of descent has gone to about 4.2 feet per second. The chute looks very good. This Friendship 7 standing by for impact.
The annoying thing for me with like
as Columbus and Magellan,
DevOps on Golden VCR
and the Wright brothers kept before
is that it would be nice to use like Kubernetes and all these state-of-the-art tools for deployment and
after 4 hours
get into that ecosystem, because I have experience with that professionally.
And Friendship 7 returned to Earth.
But running this stuff in a Kubernetes cluster would take the monthly cost from like $10 to like 100 something. So it's just not worth doing
4
that.
hours and 56 minutes in space as the representative of all the members of the Mercury team, all the people of America, and all men who treasure freedom everywhere. The voyage of Friendship 7 marked only the end of the beginning of free man's exploration of the vast, infinite ocean of space.
Yeah, like I could run I could set it up to like in Kubernetes and run K0s or whatever the single self-contained thing is, and then be able to scale it up later if I wanted to. Boop. That was a lot of technical chatter about backend and DevOps, and that was NASA, the Voyage of Friendship 7. Yeah, it was all right. I liked Freedom 7 better. It had more oomph. I feel like, not to shit on John Glenn or the accomplishments of the Mercury program, but like Alan Shepard was the first American in space. That's significant for America. It's significant, like, technologically for the space program. What are you talking about? You are Alan Shepard. Yeah, John Glenn orbiting the Earth in Friendship 7, it was, like, significant, but it wasn't that much different than, the orbit going into space and orbiting the Earth. Once you've done one, the other isn't that big of a deal. It's not such a huge step. And, like, Yuri Gagarin had already done all this. So their angle is just like, yeah, he was the first free man. We had some Ruskies up there, but they didn't believe in freedom. So it don't count. That was fun. So, what do y'all think? Are we ready for the Buffaloes? For context, the Buffaloes, a Maddox that got cut off. The Buffaloes, a Maddox Garrison film, 30 minutes. Copyright 2001, Maddox Garrison Films. This looks like somebody's student film. Maybe. It's 30 minutes long. We know nothing about it. I figured we could watch it next and see what it is. It's from 2001. Okay. So, before we do that, I'm going to take a quick break and run 3 minutes of ads and go to the bathroom. We're about to watch a movie. So, if you need to get some popcorn, get a snack, pour yourself a 40-ounce Coca-Cola, go do that, and we'll be right back. Golden VCR, thanks you for your patience. We are back. We now have the Buffaloes. The Buffaloes has been rewound. Are we ready to watch the Buffaloes? Whoops. Again, no idea what to expect, but let's do it. Come on, Buffaloes. Oh.
I come from a long line of football legends. The most recent was my father, who played for Milligan College back in the 50s. I'm the youngest in a family of 11.
Kyle Dinkler.
My father died when I was young, and all my brothers are in different cities, so I take care of my mom.
I was going to save this for graduation, but I think now would be a better time to give it to you. It was your father's. Don't get down on yourself. You need to stand tall, and the Lord will show you His will.
Oh, it's a Christian
I had
student
big
film,
plans.
I guess.
I'd been offered several football scholarships from major
A Christian
universities
football
all over
student
the
film.
country, so I could carry on the family tradition. All I ever wanted to do was make my father proud. Even though he died before I really knew him, it was something I think we shared. A common love for the same game, the same dream. Instead, I ended up at his old alma mater, Milligan College.
I do
When he
believe
attended, the school
this
had a
is a
football
small
team
town
that he
high
was
school
captain
football
for.
team story.
But nowadays, any thought of a football program is considered a joke.
Milligan College is a private Christian
I was just
university
existing
in
this campus,
Tennessee.
going through my day-to-day business. I felt useless. I had only one question. Why am I here?
But when the long night is through, I keep coming back to you, back to the last thing I ever wanted.
Winston Ashley Maddox, the producer of this film, has 5 cinematographer credits on IMDb.
Me, I'm looking for a book called Beside Buffalo Creek.
If you go to the reference desk, they can help you.
Oh, I just came from there. They told me to ask you.
4th row down, second shelf on the left.
I do like how it incorporates mountain music in a backcountry setting. Is that guy the allegory for Satan?
There is a time in the athletic life of every school when the prospects are good but the season is poor. And such was the case of the Milligan College Buffaloes in 1950. Following a storied 30-year history, the program was close to its end. Led by Coach Eddie Olds, the squad of 34 had been whittled down to almost nothing by season's end because of injury and lack of funding. But the season's finale would prove to be their greatest challenge as they faced their fiercest rival in what would be their final football game ever.
Yeah, real.
Trent Winters, aren't you?
Real natural dialogue.
You know, I knew your father. He was an amazing man on and off the field. You know, if they hadn't shut down the program, I bet he'd have gone on to bigger and better things. But for some reason, he stayed right here his last year.
He met my mom.
Guess some things are more important than football. I suppose it all depends on what you live for. What do you live for, Trent?
The Lord Jesus Christ and football.
What happened, son?
I was injured my senior year.
I got something here I think you should see.
It's your daddy's gun.
This is for you. There's still a tradition of football at Milligan.
Was that old man a ghost? No one else saw him or interacted with him. He could be a ghost. It could be his father's ghost. He said he never even knew his father very well. Is this an adaptation of Hamlet?
Winners! You're late!
It doesn't matter. But you're not suited up.
What?
This is the very place where battles are fought. Redemption hovers in the mist. And glory is reborn. Now it's your turn.
My turn.
Just put
Thank
that
you, Will
jersey
Peters. Let's shoot a movie entirely in the dark on 2001 cameras with no lights. Yeah, this is the Ghost of Football Past, right? That man's wearing a hat, so this has to... Yeah.
Please tell me you just need to ice that.
I heard a pop.
This is a period piece.
Broke.
That buffalo shirt is not from the 40s.
What? You heard me. I need you in at quarterback.
But I don't.
You're the backup. Now get in there and do your job.
It's yellow, so we know it's the past and it's in Mexico.
If you're joining us out there in Radio Land, we're coming to you live from Milligan College for the final game of the 1950 season against East Tennessee.
Who wears white tie to announce a football game?
Behind them with a record of 3-4-1.
Yes, and now that Harden's out of the game, looks like it's going to be a long night for the Buffaloes. And it appears that they're bringing in the freshman southpaw.
They're putting their fingers in their ears for no reason, and they've dubbed in radio static. Clearly not an American image generation model.
Milligan is now down to no reserves. Winter steps back, tosses the ball to Laughlin. Laughlin is brought down behind the line of scrimmage, bringing up 3rd and 13.
Those are some hilariously oversized shoulder pads. These are some scrawny boys.
What is that? That's a pass play. You need to hit one of these two guys on the sideline. We need to get out of bounds. The clock is still running.
And listen, you got me and Kirby to back you up, so don't hesitate at all right?
I got it.
You ready? Ready? Break! Clock is winding down as Buffaloes attempt the long ball.
The shoulder pads on these dudes.
Winners has time.
Oh, and here comes the pressure from ETSC. Hot dang, it's an interception.
Garrison has picked Winners off and has some room to run. Touchdown, ETSC.
Yeah, this is not...
Get any worse than this.
I mean, it's
And
fine.
with that, ETSC goes up 7-0. I'd hate to be in Winners' shoes right now.
Well, he'll have plenty of time to think it over at halftime.
They think they found a crease on the left side of our defensive line. Glowacki, you missed 3 tackles in the first half. Shut it down. Put a clamp on it.
Put a clamp on it.
Look at yourselves.
What do you see? You've been reduced to just 11 men. They say you're the end of a dying tradition. You want to know what I see? I see a piece of storied tradition. The mighty Buffaloes. I see a lot of battered and bruised individuals who must pull together as a team.
This is hard to follow. Like, the writing is...
And I see a lot of potential.
I don't know why we needed it to be bookended by... Like, wait, the one guy on the team is from 2001, and he's traveled back in time.
Doubt.
That just seems unnecessary.
Now, fellas, I don't know what's going to happen to this team after tonight. I don't know. I don't know if our run to greatness is going to be cut short. But I do know we give up our fears and doubts, start putting a little trust and faith in each other, we have the opportunity to come out on top. Bring it in, gentlemen. Come on. 30 minutes, man. That's all we've got. Don't let it fade away.
Let's get them, boys.
1, 2, 3.
The performances are not great, I have to say. Like, they're not very compelling.
You need to lead this team. I can't do this. Yes, you can do this. I've seen you do it before.
This is like...
These guys will back you up, but you got to give them a reason to. You just remember where your strength comes from.
This is church Christmas musical level acting.
And welcome back to the second half. Milligan really needs to rebound here, and I have a feeling it's going to be pretty hard without a strong offensive leader out there.
We are the best. We are
Ready?
the best.
Here come the Buffaloes.
You suck, man.
I'm gonna kill that rookie. Somebody follow me and get that ball.
Let's pass again. I need more protection.
We'll get you a protection. Let's step it up, boys. Ready? Right!
Just run the ball. Yeah, well, it would have been cool if they had done something with the time travel angle and had the guy from modern football, like, use his knowledge of modern football to outwit those 1950s clods.
Trent, come on, boy. You gotta get into this game. Now, look, they just scored again. Now, let's go.
And that's going to put 6 more points up on the board for ETSC. Milligan is really starting to lose this battle. It's just been their problem all season. And Coach Eddie Holt does not look happy.
Coach, I just don't have it. And if somebody missed their block, it's not your fault. You're doing fine, Trent. Get back out there.
I do love the cheerleaders just chanting, "We are the best," over and over again. Such an NPC cheerleader
Deep
cheer.
Ready? Right!
Hit him in the left. Hit him in the right. Keep the Buccaneers. Fight, fight, fight.
Wait, yeah. His dad's on the team at this point, right? Have they even interacted? This is a bad time travel story and a bad football story. Hello.
I can't do this. Yes, you can do this.
We're watching the
I've seen you do it
Buffaloes.
before.
No, it's not
Just
about real
remember where your
Buffaloes.
strength comes from.
It's about ham-fisted
Trent.
Christian messaging.
Trent, can you hear me?
And Trent Winters is down. Ooh, and after the hit he just took, it might be better if he just stay there.
Trent! Trent!
The old humders. Thank you.
Lord help me.
Thank you for the cheer, Ghost Will Peters.
Are you okay? Let's do this. Okay, guys. Hollywood, I want you to cut outside. Jesse, I want you to cut inside and race for the end zone.
Dad, I want you to go right.
Ready? Right!
Winners has time.
How did this end up at a thrift? Wait, no, this was sent in by Cosmic Searle. Oh, that's right. Okay.
Hot dang! Touchdown Milligan!
I was confused. I thought I found this one. This tape was sent in by Cosmic Searle.
You score?
Thank you to Cosmic Searle. I think we're the first people to see this
Well, I don't know
this
what
movie
Coach
in
Old told this
22
team at
years.
halftime, but it sure is paying off.
I feel privileged. What did they? What's supposed to be happening? Did they get better at football because of the rousing speech? It seems like they weren't. They were just as bad at football. I can't read this football action. It's just a bunch of disjointed shots. Okay, yeah. Did they even have field markings?
And
Is
with
this just
that touchdown,
a
ETSC
grassy
slides
field?
into a comfortable lead of 21-7.
They're down by 14.
Let's do it, fellas. We can get back in this. Hey,
No, you can't.
Run up their gut. Ready?
Get back in the time portal with your tail between your legs. Yeah, it's really hard to, like, it undersells the impact of a touchdown when there's no actual end zone. It's just like, I'm in this part of the grass now. Be excited.
Okay, come on, gentlemen. Let's keep up the intensity now. Come on.
She whirls as she flies. She never hollers cuckoo till the 4th day of July.
I think they just shot a bunch of footage of these boys playing football, and then they made up a movie to go around it.
Holy moly!
The cinematography.
Keep those down. Keep them down.
It's just a bunch of medium shots of people running around. Like,
Carl makes the grab.
they don't sell the hits at all.
He sure did pay for it. And with that grab, Milligan is in excellent scoring position.
Yeah, the music is my favorite part.
Touchdown, Milligan! Woo boy, Beeler just plowed his way through that line, didn't he? Now the score is 21-14.
Score go up.
We need that ball back, man. There ain't much time. We got to score twice.
Twice? You watching the same game I am? We nearly killed ourselves on that last drive.
Why don't you just quit complaining and do your job?
This is the rookie here telling me what to do.
The rookie has outplayed
You
you
gotta
tonight.
What?
I am watching the same game, Johnny. I know we can do this. Now get out
Yeah,
there
you don't
and
have-
get me that
yeah.
ball back. Let's do it, fellas. Put it there.
Could you not go for 2 in 1950? Oh, really?
Interception. Yes, yes!
Oh, I did not know that.
Picked off by Johnny Calhoun. Johnny Hollywood Calhoun coming up with the big play.
That's what I'm talking about! Stepping it up in there! Let's go!
Okay, fellas, now we need a quick score.
All right, then. I got something I guarantee they've never seen.
And the Buffaloes come out with a strange formation.
What is he doing out there?
And he pitches the ball to Calhoun, who pitches it to Cap Winters.
Are they running it?
And Cap Winters is running in the end zone.
They're running it.
Oh my goodness, he scored a touchdown. They tied the game. They've just tied the game.
Where did you come up with that one?
I got some tricks up my sleeve.
Well, I hope you got another one because we've only got 2 minutes left.
Now the Milligan Buffaloes have just 2 minutes to try and regain.
Thank God he finally used his future football knowledge. I'm so confused.
That's all right!
We better get a payoff at the end,
A stop and call!
where the old man was actually the ghost of his dad. Just ripped the ball out of his hands.
ETSC calls a timeout. And they are just killing Milligan's momentum.
All right, let's not do anything stupid. All we have to do is just kill the clock. Now, come on!
What are we doing, fellas? We can beat these guys. Didn't your coach at the half? We have got more guts and more heart than any other team I have ever seen. It is our destiny to win this game and to be an inspiration. We are not going out on a tie. We are not going out on a tie. Let's get this ball back. Are you with me?
And the game clock is at 1 minute 2 as ETSC lines up on Milligan's 20. The ball is knocked loose.
John Madden. I'm sorry, I'm submitting ghosts, so I'm going to pause this. We got more guts and more heart than anybody. That is a large pile of guts. Okay, I think this is the climactic final play. Hopefully.
The ball is knocked loose. And Milligan recovers the fumble. And with that turnover, Milligan's got one last shot.
Okay, we need to move the ball fast. So when I get you the ball, you look for the sidelines. Ready?
Right! Here we go, dude. Come on, Dan!
Yeah. Well, they can't kick a field goal because there's no goalposts on this field. Oh, no, there they are.
Check that.
What a throw. The key to being a good receiver in football is to stand still. Just stand in one spot and catch the ball. Wait to get hit.
Right now! Down! Hunt! Watch your back!
And Beeler is blasted at the 2-yard line. With that, Milligan calls
down at the
timeout.
2.
Just 5 seconds left on the clock.
Hey, baby! Hold on!
We think,
Thank
Coach.
you for the ghost.
Steelers hurt. You're going to have
Al.
to do it.
When we kick a field goal.
Here's some information on ghosts if anyone is curious.
I want you to do it. I want you to lead them out there. This is your moment. I believe in you, Trent. I want you to make them believers too. Now you go on out there and do it.
Okay, fellas. QB sneak. Receivers, I need you to sell a pass play.
You got it.
Line, I want you to make me a hole big enough to drive a truck through.
They won't touch you.
Yeah!
Hey, fellas. I see you in the end zone.
Ready? And it all comes down to one play for the Buffaloes.
Come on, fellas. Come on, let's make them all believers.
I'm glad we have Aaron the Baron here and anyone else who is knowledgeable about football to get angry about this movie. I'm too much of a football layman to really understand the technicalities of how outrageous this is. Get it in, buddy. Make a hole. Drive that truck. Oh my God.
Oh my goodness! Touchdown! Milligan wins! Milligan wins! Woo! Put that one in the history books, folks. This has been WAMC, your announcer, Deward Lacey. And I'm Steve Walker. And oh my goodness, that may be the greatest thing I've ever seen.
Why would you be wearing a pork pie hat with a tuxedo while announcing a football game? Can we talk about the historical fashion in this?
I can't believe it! You can't believe it! We can't believe it!
I won't be surprised if there are plot holes, but who's that kid? He just wanted a cameo. He has to meet his dad. Why is he still holding the ball and looking like he's contemplating whose head he wants to chuck it at? Oh, the ghost game is over. He's just standing there. Oh, his dad's cross necklace. Wait, no.
Can't believe I finally got the chance to make you proud.
Oh my God.
You've made me proud every day of your life.
And I never got to play.
You already are playing. In the biggest game there is. Now don't quit. Don't let that slip away.
All I ever wanted to do was keep your tradition.
You have. You were already part of a tradition that never dies. A tradition that surpasses any other. That is your calling. Don't ever let that fade.
Hoo-hoo-hoo-hoo. You don't want to, like, I don't know. Nope, that's it. Couldn't have, like, connected. Gone for a father-son beer. Nope. Remember, son, continue to be a Christian. Never stop. The end.
It didn't change all at once after that night, but something was different. For the first time since my injury, I felt like I had hope and purpose, something deeper driving me. Every now and then I would walk down to that same field, and I would just sit until I remembered who I really was, remember why I'm really here, and remember what I'm living for. I do not consider myself to have taken hold of it, but the one thing I do, forgetting what is behind, I press on towards the goal which God has called me.
The Buffaloes, a Maddox Garrison film.
Now get out there and score the blue.
Oh, good. We got student film
Hey,
bloopers.
he's right. Let's do this. Let's do it! Run it up their gut.
And I run a fast. Can we please get
Executive producer. God.
Really, it's tough. All these hours out here.
I'm sorry. Executive producer, God. Executive producer ranks slightly under God, SGA.
Really, it's tough. All these hours out here, and it's so cold, and I just keep thinking I just want to be in my bed or a shower and some warm clothes or something, but...
Best boy, Jesus.
I got something I guarantee they've never seen.
Yak bladder.
What are you doing? What is anyone doing? I mean, I feel like Jesus would be a good caterer. He knew how to feed a crowd. Oh, boy, that was the Buffaloes.
So, I don't know what to do. Beth's not here.
Well,
She's usually here.
Well, there's...
And I can't do it.
Well, hang on. We can think this through.
No, we can't do it. She's not here. She's not here. Beth is always here.
I could get Hannah to call... Oh, crap. Hannah's not here either.
Hannah's not here either.
Do you know how to call people?
Greg,
Do you know how to call people?
Call people. It's he's kind of like a Morse code thing.
Where's Beth?
Anyone seen Beth? Beth?
Go Beth. Dude.
Well, we can't make this movie without Beth. Beth's not here. Beth's not here.
Well, that's not good.
Well, Beth is definitely not here.
Okay, well,
It's a wrap, people.
let's clean up.
I don't know, elaborate inside joke that's not very funny and way overwrought. No one, only Beth knows, I guess. Fun. Do you know how to call people? Well, that, folks, was the Buffaloes. It was, in fact, a Christian time travel football movie. I think pretty soon we're gonna have to watch, maybe as an apology for the Buffaloes, we can finally watch, where is it? We can finally watch Pure Danger on some future stream. It seems like it will have more B-movie energy. Yeah, we are here to explore the landscape of VHS. The good and the bad. The chatter and the Smoky Mountain gospel hymns. Boy, oh boy, oh boy. The diamonds are hot. So I'm trying to think here. Yeah, that's the tagline. The diamonds were hot and dreams just became deadly. That's a feature film, so we're not going to watch that today. We're going to move on to something else. What did I have on my favorites here? Quake of '89, North Carolina is my home, An Evening with Lewis Grizzard. You know what? Okay, I'm going to make a poll this time. Ooh, National Geographic, love those trains. That is a good option. We should crack into those Nat Geo tapes at some point. Tape. So, we've got... We did NASA. Okay. Fine. All right. Here's what the poll is. It's either North Carolina is my home, Quake of '89, a video chronicle, An Evening with Lewis Grizzard, or Brazilian coordination for drum set. So the poll is live now. Go vote. Show us, tell us, use your mouth, use your eyes, use your fingers. Enter your choices. America votes. You decide. America decides on you. I feel like my camera is focusing mostly on the tapes behind me. Yeah. I don't have lighting. What are you going to do? Ooh, it's neck and neck. Brazilian drums or North Carolina? Lewis Grizzard, not very popular. I'm surprised. North Carolina or Brazilian drums? Ooh, it's a tie. It's a tie. What's it going to be? North Carolina, Brazilian drums? It's a tie. Let's do a runoff. This is exciting, folks. Tiebreaker. All right, what's it going to be? Either North Carolina is my home or Brazilian coordination for drums. Do we want instructional music tape or do we want chill love letter to a state? This one has Maria Martinez. This one has Charles Kuralt and Loonis McGlohon. It's looking like it's going to be Chuck and Loonis. But this tells me that there is perhaps some interest in Brazilian drum set. We can move that on up the list. All right, let me go get Chuck and Loonis, and I'll be right back. Hit the ceiling. Okay. North Carolina is my home. All new. Profits go to the North Carolina Public Television Foundation. Is it rewound? Is it rewound? Yes, it is rewound. North Carolina is my home with Charles Kuralt and Loonis McGlohon. In this unforgettable tribute to North Carolina, two of its most talented native sons, Charles Kuralt and Loonis McGlohon, create a lively, touching, and occasionally humorous portrait of the Old North State. North Carolina is my home was written as a gift to North Carolina in 1984 in commemoration of the state's 400th birthday. First produced as a sound recording, it became so popular that a book containing its songs and narratives was published. An adaptation of the material for live performances took Kuralt and McGlohon not only to many Tar Heel locales, but also to London, New York, Phoenix, Chicago, and Canada. North Carolina Public Television also produced a television program taped at one of these performances. Recently, they spent a year traveling throughout North Carolina videotaping the places they talked about in '84, ranging from the grandeur of Grandfather Mountain to the tiny town of Tickbite. The production celebrates the state's cities and rivers, crossroads and creeks, and most importantly, its people. As Kuralt movingly reminds us, North Carolina is home to Whistler's mother, Billy Graham, Michael Jordan, Chief Manteo, 3 U.S. presidents, and you and me. Great. Production costs for North Carolina Is My Home have been underwritten in part by grants from the Broyhill Family Foundation and BB&T. Pictures courtesy of Hugh Morton. What a remarkable list of people. You, me, 3 U.S. presidents, some of the bad ones, Chief Manteo, Michael Jordan, Billy Graham, and Whistler's mother. Beautiful. Here we go. There's a giant statue at the Capitol in Raleigh of the 3 North Carolina presidents. I think Andrew Jackson was one of them. He was not a particularly good person. Then there, I think Taylor, maybe? Taylor or Tyler or Polk? Yeah, Polk. The Buffaloes is done. It's time, ladies and germs, for North Carolina Is My Home. Activate. Ooh, hold on. Rewind, damn it. My remote is out of infrared range. There we go. I just had to capture that. North Carolina Cult House. Thank you, Will Peters.
North Carolina is my home, here where the Smokies rise, here where the wind blows ocean foam, here where the wild swan flies. Blossoms adorn the dogwood tree.
I think this is an original song.
Down on the old home place. Tar on my heels feels good to me. Here in my state of grace.
I'm not originally from North Carolina, so I've kind of been excited for this one to get some just North Carolina culture.
As a mountain
Or at least one particular view of North Carolina culture from 1984.
Southern mother mine.
I still have no idea what the hell a Tar Heel is.
North Carolina.
Shows you how much of a North Carolina boy I am. I'm one of these fake North Carolina boys. I've been there. It's Raleigh.
Goodliest home under heaven's dome. Here I shall spend my days.
Oh, fun. So it's yet another, like, mark of state identity and local culture with Confederate roots.
Raised me straight as a mountain pine, rocked me in her cradle, Southern mother mine. North Carolina is my home, home far beyond all praise.
It's like It's a common demonym, though. It's like how you call a person from...
Under
Not everyone was raised straight. It's like how you call a person from Indiana a Hoosier for some reason instead of just an Indianan. Oh yeah, I was learning recently about Roanoke. During the reign of Queen Elizabeth, the English were trying to set up a colony so they could attack the Spanish more easily. Kept dying. They were pretty bad at it.
On a morning in July of the year 1584, two English gentlemen in armor, accompanied by soldiers well armed, stepped into a small boat from the great ship which had brought them across the ocean. They had come from England, the noble England of Elizabeth and Shakespeare and Sir Francis Drake, sent hither by Sir Walter Raleigh, favorite of the Queen. Sunlight flashed from their helmets as their boat was rowed toward shore.
This guy does have an undeniable
A single Indian
radio
stood
voice.
on the sandy beach awaiting the men from the ship. He was silent, unarmed, and alone, never making, one of the Englishmen said, any show of fear or doubt. After they'd stepped ashore, this lone man spoke to them gravely for several minutes. They knew it was a speech of welcome. At length, the Indian went to his own canoe, paddled out into the water, and began fishing. When he had filled his boat with fish, he returned to the shore, piled his catch on the beach, and indicated by gestures that the fish were for the Englishmen. Then he vanished. The natives are very handsome and goodly people, one of the Englishmen wrote in his notes, and in their behavior as mannerly and civil as any of Europe. The Englishman took his fish and claimed his continent.
These were the Croatan people, North Carolina.
English America began here on a North Carolina beach. The next summer, and the next, and the next, English ships returned, bringing soldiers and scientists and surveyors, and finally, settlers. We know their names: Christopher Cooper, John Bright.
The English were doing their best at first to not just like genocide everyone.
They are names like our names.
But they kind of screwed the pooch on that.
Rose Payne, Jane Jones.
The widespread death from disease was
We know how
unavoidable.
they lived in cottages with thatched
And then they
roofs,
also
as at
just,
home in
like-
England, in a village they called Raleigh.
Whoops, killed a bunch of people.
Children were born. The first to Eleanor and Ananias Dare, a daughter named Virginia. We know everything about them, except what happened to them. Their governor, John White, went back to England for supplies. War with Spain had broken out, and he was unable to return for 3 long years. When he did come back, full of anxiety, he and his crew reached the north end of Roanoke Island after nightfall.
This is slightly condensed, there were several attempts to establish
We let fall the grapnel
settlements
near the shore and sounded the trumpet with a call.
around the Outer Banks of North Carolina, which, oops, actually are like really treacherous to navigate big ships in.
And afterward, many familiar
Like on the first
English
attempt,
tunes
one
of
of
song
the ships that was carrying a bunch of supplies hit a sandbar and lost all the supplies, so they didn't have enough like food or building materials,
lost.
and they all died. And while the leader of that expedition was going back to England to get more supplies,
Settlers at
the guy that was in charge
later heard stories of English families living with the Indians in the backcountry.
After some, like,
I believe
precious artifacts from their ship went missing, they blamed the natives and just went and slaughtered everybody. And that kind of soured relations. And being unable to survive on their own without the help of the natives, that was a bad move, geopolitically, so to speak.
Up here at the head of Buffalo Creek in Watauga County, there's a little place called Aho. Years ago, some of the men met around a stove at the store to decide what to call the place.
You're a real
and
Aho.
They couldn't agree, but they couldn't stay all night either. So after considering dozens of names, to which one or another of them raised an objection, they decided that the next word out of anybody's mouth would become the name of their community. They sat there a long time in silence, until Mr. B.B. Doherty stood up and stretched himself and said, Aho. That's how Aho, North Carolina got its name.
Hickory Dickerson Dockery Dun,
Peckerwood Ridge and Poorhouse Run,
Farmer Friendship,
Franklin Fountain,
Bullfrog Creek, and
Birchwood Mountain.
Long in the late 1800s, they decided to put a new post office in rural Randolph County. People said, why not call it this? Why not call it that? Somebody said, why not call it Why Not? That's the name to this day. Why not?
We've transitioned from
Yancey, York,
imperialism to
Far from home, my mind.
the slightly more lighthearted, thankfully,
Tar Heel places.
places with fun
Sound
names.
And Turner's Cut, Dixon and Vixen and Devil's Gut,
Poke, Ash, Bash,
Calico, Calabash,
Pit, Hide, Play, Dare,
Cape Fear, Cat Square,
Take Me Home to Teach's Hole,
to Looking Glass Creek and Frying Pan Shoals,
Bridal Veil and Blowing Rock,
and Kuralt and Coin Jock. I'll know I'm home when I finally reach the top of a dune at Wrightsville Beach and stand there with my back to the sea, looking west toward Cherokee and imagining the miles between, from Ivanhoe to Aberdeen.
Candor and Biscoe, URE to Gold Hill. Don't forget Granite Quarry,
China Grove and Cullowhee,
Miles farther than a man can see, except in the eye of his memory.
Turkey Den,
Tally-ho,
Doris Mills,
Chinkapin,
Pamlico,
Kill Devil Hill,
Jenny Lynn, Chasm Prong, Loudermilk Bend, Scuppernong,
Polecat, Possum Trot, Pop Castle Porter,
Swannanoa, Swan Quarter,
Slide,
Like, for some of these, they just have T-shirts. Shoe?
Rumbling Bald, Rural Hall, Lizard Lick, and Licklog Gap,
I knew
Level
Lizard Lick.
Cross,
I want to
Old
name
Track,
my son Shoe.
Camp, Silverstone, Worm Creek, Whalebone,
Snitz Ferry, Spruce Pine, Shoe Fly, Sunshine.
When somebody started a mill on the Smith River in 1813, they called the place Splashy for the water the mill wheel threw up. By the time I came along, they had modified that to Spray. Spray sounded more genteel than splashy. Of course, you know what they call the place now. Eden.
Saxapaw,
Waxahachie,
Overcoat,
Roanoke and Mattamuskeet, Tony, Toady, Topsy, Trent.
I wonder which Peggy...
Oh, Topsy Trent.
When they named that hilltop Peggy Peak. And who was the Patchett of Patchett's Creek? I know a crossroads named Loafer's Glory. Oh, I'd love to know that story. To have met the loafers, to have known their faces, to know all the stories of the Tar Heel places.
So this was written, originally written in 1984, apparently as a Dr. Seuss-style epic poem about North Carolina and its quirks.
Smaller, but no sincerer than Raleigh, or Mabel, or Martha, or Mamie, or Molly. Exotic names on the signpost stands, Warsaw and Sparta, and Samarkand.
Samarkand is in Uzbekistan. I think it was like one of the huge cities on the Silk Road.
They're not a bit like the cities for which they're named. You'd have thought Tar Heels might have been shamed to change it from splashy to spray to Eden.
Well, it came from the literature they'd been a-reading, and it sounded nice, and they weren't a bit coy, and where
This is the most elaborate way of
right down the road
saying people got names that they read in the Bible.
and Maiden and
Aiden and Wise, Ranger and Granger,
Enter and Spy.
It's still going.
Of Providence too.
Now, where is the town that's home to you?
Minnesota.
Why not?
Down home, living is slow. No place folks wanna go. Why leave? All of them know that's where they wanna be. Down home, people still smile. Kind ways stay right in style. Kin folks visit a while.
Welcome back. I'm not sure what this is.
Climbing a
I thought I knew. This is North Carolina Is My Home.
Good friends.
Which is an ode to the state of North Carolina, written in 1984, adapted to a
fresh country
video presentation.
Such love all of us share. Who needs to roam? Down home, life stays the same. It's true, girls change their name, but they choose home-growing boys and add to all the joys down home.
Oh, good, jazz. This seems like a welcome change. Yeah, I have no clue who wrote these songs.
There were always songs, work songs, and play songs, and church songs, and blues. And unlike white music, which came to North Carolina from England and Scotland, black music came really from nowhere but here. When Shirley Caesar of Durham thrills people all over the world with her gospel songs, she is giving them a pure North Carolina thrill.
I mean, arguably there are a lot of cultural influences.
Shall we mention Dizzy Gillespie, who went to school in Laurinburg?
But yeah, North Carolina has a lot of
Shall we name John Coltrane and
was
Roberta
home to a lot of jazz greats, for sure.
Nina Simone of Tryon, Dr. Billy Taylor of Greenville, Thelonious Monk of Rocky Mount,
I'm sure if we looked hard enough, we could find an ode to every U.S. state on VHS somewhere. Just need someone in each of the 50 states to go to the thrift store a lot. Find something that fits. Yeah, we got Seattle. That's basically Washington.
just say their names and reflect.
And
that
we could
jazz
watch.
music
We could
is
get.
the only
I want to get
original
tapes of
heritage
California's
and the
Gold
richest.
with Huell Hauser.
It was made richer by far by a few original North Carolinians. Everybody knows that tobacco and textiles and furniture are North Carolina's great exports. Well, there's one other. You're listening to it.
That's a lot of penguins. They all look very different.
If a man's from the mountains, he'll tell you. If he's not, why embarrass him by asking? I'd rather be a knot on a log up here on Grandfather than have to live down at Collettsville. Oh, this is good, strong land. It must be, to hold up all the rocks we got around here.
So many nonsensical poetic musings.
Is easy living. When your pumpkins are ripe and you've grabbled out your potatoes, all you have to do is start them, and they'll roll right down into your kitchen. Here's to old corn liquor. Whitens the teeth, perfumes the breath, and makes childbirth a pleasure. What does it taste like? It tastes like a lighted kerosene lantern, or two cats fighting in your mouth.
Makes childbirth a
Does it
pleasure.
improve with age? Well, I kept a quart jar of it a week one time, and I couldn't tell that it was one bit better than when it was new and fresh.
This is great. This is folksy and completely fucking off the wall.
Oh, yes, I've got religion. I believe it's a sin to feed chickens on Sunday. I feed mine on corn. There was a circuit-riding preacher come up this holler one time. He asked my neighbor lady, was there any Presbyterians around here? She said, well, Pa did kill some kind of varmint, nailed his hide to the back of the shed. You can go see if that's one.
Oh, Pa. I love the shots of random dudes.
Well, what's your hurry, stranger? Light and come in if you can get in for all the plunder here on the porch. Come in and set a spell.
I do love how tongue-in-cheek this part is.
Here's to the land of the longleaf pine, the summer land where the sun doth shine, where the weak grow strong and the strong grow great. Here's to down home, the old North State. He must have been noticing people way back then. Must already have been making up stories about them while he worked in Clark Porter's drugstore on Elm Street in Greensboro. But of course, nobody imagined that Will Porter was going to grow up to write stories the whole country would read. The ones he signed...
The presenter here
O. Henry
is Charles Kuralt, who died in 1997 at age 62. Loonis, McGlohon...
How could anybody have known in Asheville that Tom, their paper boy, was a great novelist in the process of becoming? Tom, who lived with his mother at her boarding house and walked the empty streets of the city before dawn, delivering the Citizen and listening to the train whistles.
Oh, we're doing Paul Harvey now.
Thomas Wolfe never did get the train whistles out of his head. And the little girl growing up on her father's tobacco farm at Brogden, down the road from Smithfield. The one who had a little scar under her right eye where one of her sisters accidentally struck her with a hoe? Then she was just the youngest of the Gardner children, Ava.
And now you know the rest of the story. Apparently, Paul Harvey's The Rest of the Story has been adapted to VHS.
This is North Carolina.
And I do want to buy it.
Grow strong, and the strong grow great. And you never can be sure how great they'll grow. Squire and Sarah Boone didn't know they were about to change the country forever when they said to their son, who was always wondering where the Yadkin River came from, "Well, Daniel, go on then and find out."
I think Daniel Boone is dead now.
And people who knew the young lawyer from Waxhaw, who so much enjoyed the cockfights and horse races at Guilford Courthouse, were pretty sure Andrew Jackson...
Yeah, Daniel Boone would be 290 years old if he were alive today, so I think he's dead.
The Polk boy from Pineville, now he had better prospects. He was graduated first in his class from Carolina. They thought he might become a good lawyer, or even a circuit-riding judge someday. And Jacob Johnson, janitor at the inn on Fayetteville Street in Raleigh, was said to have been right proud when his son became a tailor's apprentice in Carthage. He felt Andrew had a good career ahead of him. And he did. But not as a tailor. Jackson, Polk, and Johnson.
Johnson was widely considered to be the worst president in American history prior to
grow strong, and the strong grow great.
Times.
Tar Heels from Dolly Madison to Judge Sam Irvin have gone to Washington to put their names in the history books. Ed Murrow went to London. Kay Kaiser and Andy Griffith went to Hollywood.
Oh yeah, there's a statue of Andy Griffith at a park in
from
Raleigh.
Far away, looking for something in North Carolina. Two brothers from Ohio came to the lonely shore, seeking only a steady breeze. December 17th, 1903. After running the motor a few minutes to heat it up, I released the wire that held the machine to the track, and the machine started forward into the wind.
Is that actual footage?
The gulls and the terns saw it. A curious craft of hickory sticks stuck together with Arnstein's bicycle cement, rising there above the sand and the sea oats. There's more than one kind of pioneer, of course. I think of old Washington Duke walking 150 miles back to his farm at Durham after he was mustered out of the Confederate Army and going to work grinding tobacco. There began Duke University, Duke Power, and all the rest in the motion of Washington Duke's tobacco grinder. Here's to the land of the longleaf pine, home to Lincoln's mother and Whistler's mother, home to Dr. James E. Shepard and Dr. Frank Porter Graham, to Charles Brantley Aycock and old Max Gardner, to Gerald Johnson, David Brinkley, and Tom Wicker of journalism, to Billy Graham of evangelism, to Michael Jordan of basketball, to the Cohns of textiles, the Whites of furniture,
You can keep Billy
the
Graham.
DeMilles of the theater, home to Chief Manteo, and you, and me. Great deeds were done on this land. That is prologue.
What have you learned, class? You are Alan Shepard, and you live in North Carolina.
The dreamy-eyed kid. You're liable to hear from them later.
There's a place that's dear to me.
Another original song.
Stay a while and you'll agree it's the nicest place on earth to be.
The nicest place on all of Earth.
My hometown. On a day that's sunny sweet, walk along some shady street where you'll speak to everyone.
Did we even get Tick Bite? Have we even been to Tick Bite? Did we even blaze past it in the silly name montage?
Each cool new evening brings the promise of a day in which to count your blessings, in which to work and play. Listen to the church bells ring, hear the children's choir sing, and your heart will feel the touch of spring in my hometown.
Oh, it's an Easter egg. I thought he was picking a tomato off of that flower, that azalea bush.
Each cool new evening brings the promise of a day in which to count your blessings, in which to work and play. Listen to the church bells ring, hear the children's choir sing, and your heart will feel the touch of spring in my hometown.
Your heart will feel the touch of spring.
In my hometown.
These are all original songs. I guess written by Loonis McGlohon, because he was a songwriter. They're not good. They're very, very schmaltzy. Oh, look, New York City.
The waiter brought the champagne and discreetly popped the cork in a fancy French restaurant on the east side of New York. The patron sipped it glumly with his caviar souffle. I could see his heart was heavy and his mind was far away. He said,
I was raised on black-eyed peas and a barbecue and butter beans and turnip greens and Brunswick stew. And every time I drink champagne, I yearn for buttermilk from Grandma's butter churn.
Then they served his pâté from the liver of a goose. Then they served his quiche Lorraine and his chocolate mousse. When they brought his cognac, he just shook his head and looked at me in sadness, and this is what he said. He said,
I was fed on crackling bread and country hams and sausage meat and hominy and candied yams. I've had a taste of all the world's cuisine. I wish I had a mess of collard greens.
He said his butler always serves him breakfast in bed. Says he orders buttermilk biscuits and gets croissants.
I didn't think there could be
said they bring him Belgian
such a thing as too much, like over-the-top folksy southernness for me.
Grits.
But this is really too much.
He said,
excuse me, friends, but tears come.
This is highly concentrated, over-the-top, folksy southernness for a whole goddamn hour.
Oh, sometimes men leave home and ruin their lives.
He said, friend, you get awful tired of brie. If you're going down home...
It just goes on and on and on.
Just this one thing, tell them, I implore you. They don't serve chicken and dumplings in the Waldorf Astoria.
And it all has to rhyme and be delivered in this deadpan radio broadcaster voice.
Serve in France, you pay your francs and give your thanks and take your chance. And when I eat lasagna down in Rome, I'm thinking about that liver mush back home.
Then he nodded to the waiter and sadly paid his bill and took his leave of me, and I can see him still with his head bowed down as he wandered forth, a Tar Heel, starving in the north.
We have like 24 more minutes of this.
Now I'm eating sturgeon eggs that they serve on toast and thinking about that good food that I want the most, like barbecue and roasting ears of corn from that North Carolina farm where I was born.
The music is not good either. That's the thing. It's very...
Young folks, think on that man's folly before you board that bus in Raleigh and
it's
head
just too much,
for fame and fortune.
It's just too much.
Just beware. They have limousines and designer jeans and diamond rings and such like things. But there's nothing to eat up there. Esse quam videre. That is our motto. They are Latin words, but they suit us. To be rather than to seem. The average North Carolinian never put on airs. He was more self-reliant than any Virginia aristocrat and more democratic than any South Carolina farmer. He sowed his crops himself and harvested them himself. And black or white, rich or poor, he considered himself to be the equal of any man. If I talk about the average North Carolina farmer as if I knew him, well, I did know him. He was my own grandfather.
This is certainly...
I can see you now, John Bishop.
A time capsule.
With your white mustaches, tobacco stained, and your roots so deep in the sand of Onslow that you seemed as much a part of nature there as the blueberries that grew in your...
We could cut it off, but it'll be done soon enough.
That croaked in your marsh.
I'm gonna let you suffer while I go get a
sycamore tree from a branch of which you hung me a swing to swing in.
Stay with us.
And I'm swinging there now. And you're sitting on your big toolbox in the shade of the back porch, fashioning a new axe handle to fit an old axe. And now Rena Bishop, good-hearted woman, my grandmother, her hair tied in a knot behind her head and carrying a cooking pot, opens the screen door to come to the pump on the porch and smiles to see me swinging. She was a teacher and lover of books, who taught the love of books, and earned the love of many children, and especially of me. And I swing so high that I can see the woodpile, the watering trough, the corn crib, the barn, the shed under the hayloft from which we moved the wagon into the yard to make room for the Chevrolet, Aunt Trixie's home from teaching school. And I swing so high that I can see the mule in the pasture, old Red with a mean reputation, rarely hitched to the wagon now, only to the plow, for you cannot use a Chevrolet to plow a furrow. And there are the 2 cows browsing, and there are the 2 pigs sleeping in the mud. And there is the picket fence, whitewashed once upon a time, surrounding the twisted apple trees and the ripe smell of apples on the ground. And there is the smokehouse enclosing the moldy smell of hams and dirt and brine. And I swing so high that I can see down the sandy road to the fields of green tobacco, to the tilted tobacco barn, logs hand-squared and chinked with mud, where I stayed up half the night with you, John Bishop, during curing time, and you let me add logs to the fire. And because I liked to do it, asked me to draw the thermometer hung on a pulley on a length of tobacco twine, up to the mica glass window from deep inside the barn and asked my opinion, gravely, of whether the heat was staying even. And I remember the excitement of washing day and the great steamy cloud from the great black pot in the side yard, full of lye soap and long johns and overalls, which my grandmother stirred with a hoe handle. And the hard work and squealing and blood of hog slaughtering day, the day that resolved me never to be a farmer. And I can see the woodlot where the Venus flytraps grew, put there for the purpose of being tickled shut with a straw by little boys. And I can see the logging road beyond, limit of my world. What is a childhood memory for me was a life for you, John Bishop. I see you finish working on the axe and walk away toward the woodpile to cut kindling. And I, no longer interested in swinging, come running barefoot to watch your practiced swings split logs to splinters. You were a plain man, able, dignified, and kind, learned in many things, though not in Latin. Your epitaph, however, is there on the Great Seal in Latin. Esse quam videre. On every dusty country road in North Carolina, there stands a white frame church, looking as if it's always been here. But it hasn't been. William Byrd, the great old Virginian, traveling through North Carolina in 1728, wrote, "One thing may be said for the inhabitants of this province. They are not troubled with any religious fumes. They do not know Sunday from any other day, any more than Robinson Crusoe did." When he reached the capital, Edenton, he wrote, "I believe this is the only metropolis in the Christian or Mohammedan world where there is neither church, chapel, mosque, synagogue, or any other place of public worship of any sect or religion whatever." That was North Carolina, before the Baptists got here.
When the preacher finally says the last amen, church is over, that's when we begin spreading that table under the trees, shaking the cloth out, fanning the Sunday breeze, appetites ready.
Oh God, not another song. What did I miss?
'Cause today we're having dinner on the ground.
Oh no.
The Baptists, Free Will Baptists, Separate Baptists, Primitive Baptists, preaching the gospel from any rough platform or tree stump, brought religion home to every crossroads. And not only the Baptists, but also
I'm eating
the
a
circuit-riding
biscuit with
Methodist
honey.
preachers, ready with
Can only
3
get this in North
hours of
Carolina.
powerful
They don't have these
oratory
in New
for
York.
wherever they had ridden to by Sunday.
Once I was in New York,
The red gullies of the Piedmont
I went to the
echoed
Waldorf
Welsh
Astoria.
chants, and the sandhills rang.
I paid $100 for my meal.
Presbyterian orators.
The waiter came, gave me all this caviar and cognac and champagne, and I threw it in his face. I said, "Bring me a biscuit, you damn Yankee."
The word of God in Old German. There were austere
thrown out.
Anglicans and modest Quakers, but there were Baptists most of all.
This is a mess.
Iced tea in each Dixie cup. Hungry children are first ones lining up.
Looking for mama's chocolate cake. Where are those fried pies? Only Aunt Sue can make.
They're
Flies off
They're just singing. They're just describing exactly what's happening in this footage. Did they write the song first and then shoot the footage, or was it the other way around?
People from miles around would go to wherever the preaching was to be that Sunday, ride in their farm carts, or walk barefoot, carrying their shoes, so they could be clean shod when they got there. And some of the preachers became famous, and their preaching became a rural recreation. And then and there, in that great revival of long ago, was born the hallowed social custom of all-day preaching and dinner on the grounds.
Thank the good Lord for the bountiful supply. Say the blessing and grab some apple pie.
Get a cold biscuit, fill it with ham. Reach for the pickles next to the candied yams. Picking up chicken, picking up pounds.
This is bringing me to a chatter headspace somehow.
And if one long day of preaching and singing and socializing was good for the soul, 7 days was 7 times better.
I really thought I would love this tape.
In Lincoln County, on the banks of the Catawba,
I'm finding it very challenging.
A grove of ancient oak trees which have shaded the tents of the week-long Rock Springs Methodist Camp meeting for 150 summers and more, and will do so next summer, and every summer till the last hymn is forgotten and human fellowship no longer valued.
If you're passing by the church on picnic day, you're invited to come right in and stay under the shade trees. Plenty to eat, plenty of nice folks.
All the music has this like swinging 60s quality to it.
At the occasion, laughter about.
But it's just very bland descriptions of things.
We're having dinner on the ground.
I don't think they wrote these songs. I think they just ad-libbed them.
Today, we're having dinner on the grounds. Amen.
Amen. We're at 45 minutes. This tape is 58 minutes. It's almost over.
The old dirt road still winds by there.
I wish this came with the score.
Still
Like
has
music,
that country air.
printed music, so we could all sing along.
And memories live everywhere, but there is nobody home.
Fake Bette Midler was a very popular choice.
The sun still
1991.
warms the sky.
It does remind me of that, yeah.
Sparrows fly. I know the mailman passes by, but there is nobody home. The swing hangs empty on the front porch now, but I can close my eyes and see Mama sitting there shelling butterbeans.
This was first produced as a sound recording.
Waiting for me.
And then it was adapted to a book. And then it was adapted as a live performance that toured around the country. And then it became a public TV program.
Where I would stand.
So that's why there's so much goddamn terrible music, because it was originally a goddamn terrible album.
The evening train, but there is nobody home.
From Roanoke to this.
The swing hangs empty on the front porch
I can close my eyes and see.
Like, it's not that it's such a bad tape.
Sitting there shelling butter beans.
It's just so...
Waiting for me.
It's not at all what I expected, while being completely predictable and exactly what anyone would expect it to be. Like, I just thought it would be,
I would stand and watch the rain.
I don't know, more like the Smoky Mountain gospel hymns. Just a little more chill, a little more of an experience. This is so in your face with how bad it is.
Nobody home.
It feels antiquated even for the time. Like, this was produced in 1991, and these are really generic, like, 70s-esque off-Broadway show tunes set to just gratuitous footage, and everything lasts too long. The montage of silly town names felt like it was 20 minutes.
There's been much memory of these songs.
The guy in the restaurant being like, I like biscuits and grandma's cornbread. It felt like he was singing that for 20 minutes. I don't know how this tape is still going.
Tar paper
It just has felt like an eternity.
That are also part of our past. But I'll always be glad I have seen the shrimp boats leaving Beaufort with the sun coming up. And I'll always remember the night coming
just
early,
trying so hard to be folksy,
while the ridges above were still bright with day. I remember the red gullies, the broom straw, the fields of corn stubble in the Mecklenburg November. And in spring, the daffodils that still bloom by the hundreds under a certain Orange County oak. I remember mills with blue windows and monuments to Confederate soldiers in sleepy courthouse squares.
Yeah, I mean, it's for old people from North Carolina. It's for people from North Carolina who were born in the
and buntings
20s.
And mockingbirds mocking, loblolly pines and live oaks hung with moss.
I guess it's similar to the Seattle tape in that it's like nostalgia for people of a prior generation.
I remember making a slingshot.
It's just so incredibly ham-fisted about it.
And hunting rabbits with it along the creek bed. Those rabbits were as safe as if they'd been in their mother's arms. I never hit a one.
Yeah, not enough Ruby. Did we need that building being destroyed?
Changed or changing. The music quickens, the cranes and bulldozers do their work. Those who look back on our stage,
hooray, more. We can't get away from building implosions on Golden VCR.
Skyscrapers, 6-lane highways, microchips and mega growth, and jet planes leaving contrails on the sky of Carolina blue. North Carolina is 503 miles from east to west and 187 miles from north to south. So there's room in there for your memories too, whatever they may be.
Is that the end?
Have you ever stepped on a sand spur barefooted? Then you must be from down home.
What does that even mean, Charles?
Carolina is my home. Here where the smoke
We get a reprise of this song.
Here where the wind blows ocean foam. Here where the wild swan flies. Blossoms adorn the dawn.
I'm sorry. You know, I hope you know by now, like, I'm not just like trying to be cynical for effect on Golden VCR. I'm often quite uncynical and just willing to give everything the benefit of the doubt and vibe with everything. I don't know why this tape is hitting me where it's hitting me, but I don't like where it's hitting me. I think if this tape were 15 minutes long, I would have loved it. Dirty Rotten Snowboarders. Not nearly enough dog footage. We only got that one clip. There's Tick Bite. There's stock footage of the Biltmore estate. There was some representation in the jazz segment where they talked about all the great jazz musicians that were from North Carolina. There were some like incidental shots of black churches when they were talking about religion. That's about it.
I shall spend
Production funding for North Carolina is My Home has been provided in part by the Broyhill Family Foundation and by BB&T. To purchase a VHS copy of North Carolina is My Home, send $22.95 to North Carolina is My Home, Post Office Box 12231, Research Triangle Park, North
Glad
Carolina.
I got this for 10 cents.
27709. The purchase price includes shipping and handling. To order by credit card, call toll-free 1-800-886.
I mean, it's supported public television.
Please have your credit card ready when you call.
Videotapes of TV programs were usually that expensive. Executive producer God is my favorite credit. Oh, yeah. I swear to God, though. I swear to executive producer God, if any of these North Carolina songs are stuck in my head later in the day, I'm going to be I'm going to write a hot letter to the estate of Charles Kuralt and Loonis McGlohon. We're gonna have to watch some Donut Man next time to get some better songs. Is that a TV antenna on that church steeple? Carolina code. That was so inspiring. Thank you, Charles and Loonis, for that glorious video presentation. Well, that's the state I live in, for better or for worse. That is the canonical story of North Carolina. Not really told as a story, just a series of incredibly over-the-top vignettes. Boy. This was we got a late start today. Well, I guess this is our new Monday start time according to the schedule, isn't it? 1 p.m. We're approaching 3 hours. I think I'm going to do one short one, and then we can call it. I had my eye on DigiCoil Sales and Marketing from the General Binding Corporation. This was sent in by Bella Bunny. It's only 7 minutes long, and it looks intriguing. I don't know what DigiCoil is. I don't know what the General Binding Corporation did. I assume they sold or manufactured bindings. But why don't we check this one out? It's tape number 232. Oh, wait. We got Charles Kuralt facts. Questions about his estate led to the discovery of decades-long companionship with a Montana woman named Patricia Shanna. Oh. Oh, we love shadow families. Well, I have high hopes. I had high hopes for this, and I was slightly let down. I'm gonna say, though, that I have high hopes for DigiCoil Sales and Marketing. I'll be right back with that tape. Has DigiCoil Sales and Marketing been rewound? Unkind. Let's pop it in the old rewinder. I don't know. What did you guys think? Maybe I'm being too hard on North Carolina as my home. Maybe I'm just in a foul mood. Yeah, Seattle Tape at least had Ruby and was like presented as a story. We need tomatoes. We do. Yeah, it was very saccharine, I would say. Let's go ahead and pop in DigiCoil Sales and Marketing. Perhaps that will save us. Hopefully it will have, at the very least, some different vibes. And thank you to Bella Bunny for whatever it is that we're about to see on this mystery sales and marketing tape. I mean, this one was marked. We have mystery tapes that are actual complete mysteries. Ooh. I'm sorry. I have made a new rule that every time I see a cool 3D logo intro, I record it. I record a clean video of it. Oh, it morphed. Hell yeah. Game Boy Color.
One of today's most impressive, secure, and functional binding solutions is Color Coil from GBC. Documents bound with Color Coil lay completely flat when opened.
Oh my God, General Binding Corporation.
All the way around the spine. Color Coil is resilient and bounces back when compressed.
Oh, this is so much better than North Carolina.
For mailing. And with a full range of colors available to complement any cover stock, it will create impressive-looking documents every time.
Yeah, but how do we sell and or market
In order to produce Color Coil documents quickly in a variety of sizes, you need a versatile production system from GBC. One that's flexible enough to automatically bind documents using elements sized from 8mm to 33mm, and easy enough to allow changing between those sizes in an instant. This system's quick size changes would make it ideal for multiple short runs. and its impressive production speeds would make long runs manageable and more profitable. And now, for the first time, there's a system that produces color coil documents in a full range of sizes, with ease and efficiency in all applications.
Finally.
The GBC DigiCoil Color Coil Inserter. The DigiCoil production binding system is so easy to use, anyone can become an expert in an instant.
An entire office cubicle.
And doesn't require any tools. If the operator has questions along the way, the interactive keypad will assist with the entire process. And changing the system to bind different book thicknesses is as easy as 1, 2, 3. First, measure your book by using the built-in size guide to determine which coil size is needed. Next, install the appropriate spine formers for the coil size selected.
Yeah,
No
you have to
tools are
be,
needed.
you know, a little bit office
Finally,
worker, a
move
little
the
bit
cut,
machinist.
crimp, knife height adjustment lever to the appropriate setting for the coil size being used. Now, you're ready to bind. Because the entire changeover
just that
takes less
simple.
than 2 minutes, DigiCoil is the perfect system for multiple short runs with element size changes. Binding with DigiCoil is as easy as setting up the system. Simply place your pre-punched book and a standard coil element into the unit and depress the foot pedal. The coil is automatically inserted into the document. It is then transported to the cut crimp area and automatically ejected to the output stacker once binding is complete.
This is such an absurdly large machine for what it's doing.
The entire binding process is designed to maximize productivity. Foot pedal operation allows both hands to be used in handling the document and coil elements. The operator doesn't need to feed any part of the coil into the book. DigiCoil is fully automated to perform this task.
Corporation.
DigiCoil's unique two-stage design allows the operator to begin the
Founded
inserting
1947,
process while
headquarters
another
Northbrook,
document is being
Illinois.
cut and crimped simultaneously. To further streamline productivity, the output stacker can be unloaded without interrupting the binding operation. All of these features allow the
still around.
DigiCoil to produce up to 450 books an hour. DigiCoil
They
binds
even have
pre-punched books
gbc.com.
using coil ranging from 8 millimeters to 33 millimeters with ease. For larger size books, the DigiCoil system features a two-sided book placement system. This allows the operator to easily handle two smaller sections of a larger document rather than one unmanageable book.
I love this NBA Jam music in the
DigiCoil's
background.
ability to handle large sizes so effectively is due to its patented 3-drive roller design. By controlling the element on 3 sides, the system assures that the coil will be inserted properly
Oh my
every
God,
time,
you can still buy one
regardless of size.
used from eBay, yeah.
When it comes to binding a full range
10
of sizes,
10K, or best
DigiCoil
offer.
is in a class by itself.
Still has a warranty.
As if all those features weren't enough, the GBC DigiCoil has the ability to accommodate assorted stocks, index tabs, and oversized covers. The DigiCoil has standard power requirements and there is no need for an airline or compressor. Simply plug it in and begin production. Couple that with a small footprint and caster mounting to roll the system to your job or out of the way for storage, and you've got a system that is hard to beat. GBC makes
I wonder how
quality
heavy
a
it is.
#1 priority. This means fewer breakdowns and significantly improved reliability. In the unlikely event that a problem does occur, you can count on GBC's network of highly trained service technicians to quickly get your machine back up and running. This means you can depend on the DigiCoil, even during crunch times when you can't afford downtime and work stoppages. GBC cares about the safety of you and your employees. That's why the DigiCoil was designed to ensure operator safety. Our commitment to your safety has led us to obtain safety agency approval for the DigiCoil. You can rest easy knowing that the DigiCoil has received the full approval from many respected agencies.
Whenever you need General
Color
Binding
coil
Corporation,
binding is
General
the
Binding
fastest
Corporation
growing
is there
binding
for you.
style sold today.
Thank you,
And the
Facebook.
DigiCoil is the production system that makes it all possible. 2-minute changeover, true production
pounds.
speed, and the ability to bind a full range of sizes make this system the best automated solution available in the marketplace today. the new revolutionary DigiCoil color coil inserter from GBC. Speed, efficiency, and versatility, all in one easy-to-use automated color coil binding inserter. Your job just got easier.
I love the morph. Okay, that was a good pick-me-up after North Carolina. Copyright 2000. Hey, I can fill in a year now on my spreadsheet. Checking them off one by one. Building a database of every VHS tape known to man. General Binding Corporation, 2000. Great. We did it. I still feel exhausted by the North Carolina tape. And that's still running. Fun. Yeah, what have we learned today? We rode the roller coaster. We got some great original songs. We learned about NASA and John Glenn with no original songs. We saw the first movie to be executive produced by God. We learned about North Carolina and some really great original songs. And you know, I think DigiCoil was honestly my favorite of all of these. But you know what, folks? We're still on top because there was no chatter chipmunk today. And that's a win in my book. If you enjoyed or didn't enjoy any of the tapes today, that's your right as an American. As a reminder, you can go to goldenvcr.com, look at all the tapes. If you log in with your Twitch account, you can mark them as your favorites. Let me take a quick look at the leaderboard, actually, because I haven't looked at what's been favorited in a while. If we go over here to tapes, we look at only the unscreened tapes, and we sort by number of favorites. We've got Folk Art One-Stroke Video Library, Basic Fruits and Animals. That one I want to hopefully see if Mal can be here when we watch that. Nintendo 64, Change the System. This has been on the top for a while. Lands of Enchantment, Australia to the Orient. We got the Agatha Christie Murder Mystery VHS game. Blooper Mania. More Richard Simmons. I quite enjoyed Sweatin' to the Oldies 1. Eager to do more of that. Crayola Learn to Draw a Video Art Studio has shot up there. Everybody loves Eyewitness. Ooh, there goes a spaceship. I do want to see Shuttle Captain Dave get up to some antics in space. So maybe next stream we will watch some of the crowd pleasers, and hopefully be spared more over the top, just drippy folksiness. That stream, as a reminder, will be Wednesday 10 a.m. Or you can always catch the VODs on YouTube. Trying out these new Nightbot commands. Yeah. I'm also having fun with these emotes. When am I next going to the P.O. Box? I went this morning. I got some stuff. There are a couple of boxes that I was not able to grab because it's Martin Luther King Day. Whoops. So I'll probably be going to the P.O. Box tomorrow or Wednesday. A mighty big thanks to you all for being here. I hope we could bring a little bit of cheer and or righteous anger to your day. And we will see you here again on Wednesday at 10 a.m. for the next stream of Golden VCR. Thank you all very much. I think I'll run the outro this time. Oh wait, no, I don't have it set up anymore. Never mind. Have a good day, everybody. Enjoy your evening. Enjoy your week. See you around.